morning, guys. So I was gonna try and do this live, but I can't get a good signal in the stadium, our house, and so I went outside, and as soon as I went outside, the lawn guys on both sides of us showed up. So I'm just gonna record this and then you guys can see it later. But I've been getting so many emails from people that have been reading and loving on Stolen Jesus, and I appreciate hearing from you. I got one this morning, and I emailed her back and said, can I share that? And she said, yep, you can, #BossJesus. So I'm going to share this email with you and see if you can identify. Dear Jamie, my husband and I listened to your audiobook on a trip across the state to see our daughter at college. We laughed so hard we cried, and then we cried so hard. Well, we had to take an extra day and recover at a hotel. Jesus was stolen from us 19 years ago by my husband's boss. Boss Jesus has kept us bitter and jaded, angry and suspicious ever since. Basically, my husband's boss had a job promotion opening that was between my husband, a father of 4 who worked overtime weekends and was a go-getter, and you can hear the lawn guy, and a younger man who flirted with secretaries, cut out early, talked trash, and made ugly marks about his, quote, fat, lazy, pregnant wife. In a meeting, my husband's boss announced he couldn't decide who to pick, so he was going to pray all weekend for God's will and let God decide. Monday morning, in a religious display that included crying, God's will was announced. My husband was not picked. He was humiliated by the display, and although it was all man, it felt like it was all God. It felt like we hadn't been heard, our prayers and our hard work and all our desperate need had been neglected. From that point on, we can see where the enemy has used that moment to further separate us by reminding us of the time we didn't get picked and how we weren't God's will. So stinky. It's so stinky. I wish you can pray for God's will without telling everybody that that's what you're doing. So anyway, it's just another stolen Jesus story. Don't steal Jesus from people. You can pray God's will and then not have to announce that he told you his will, whether he did or he didn't, because we don't want to be responsible for stealing God's will either. But I'm so glad that you found my book and that it brought you some joy and laughter, and that it opened your eyes to that that scene, and that you will be free from that. That's wonderful to me, but I hate that that goes on. But freedom, yay, freedom. You know, you don't have to believe that anymore, and what a blessing. If you have read Stolen Jesus, I would just be so blessed if you would please take a moment to review it on Amazon and or Goodreads. Copy and paste it in either place, even if that's not where you necessarily bought it, because that helps it trend. If you haven't bought it, you can find it on Barnes & Noble, and on Amazon. And if you would like to share a Stolen Jesus story with me, whether you stole him or you had him stolen from you, you can email me at sacredground.stickyfloors@gmail.com and tell me your story, and I'm trying to answer all of them and get back to you, and hopefully maybe even share them a couple times a week. So peace be with you, take care, and keep reading.